I'm Callie Cedarloff, your education reporter, back with another episode of VTD Student News. This week we go behind the scenes at the Career Pathways reception, preview this week's football games, and students sound off on social media discretion. Let's check it out. I'm here at the Visalia Convention Center as students prepare for a reception showcasing projects completed through career pathways and linked learning programs. Tonight's event is a chance to bridge the gap between students and their desired careers. Let's take a look inside.
Tonight there are a ton of booths from all over Visalia Unified talking about different pathways, and right here we have our horticulture pathway for Golden West FFA, and tonight we are transplanting succulents and letting people know about the horticulture unit that we have and all the students that are getting involved. One of the benefits to joining one of these pathways is you get a set group of friends that you are all interested in the same thing. So when kids get to high school, they're kind of nervous and not quite sure what they really want to do, but when they join these pathways into learning what they want to do in their future, they meet so many people. I myself, I love plants, and that's why I got involved in this plant pathway. I met my best friend a couple years ago right here.
Who's ready for some football? On Friday, the Tulare Western Mustangs play at home against the Redwood Rangers. The Golden West Trailblazers take on the Madera South Stallions at home. The El Diamante Miners play the Dynuma Emperors in Dinuba. The Central Valley Christian Cavaliers play at home against the Chowchilla Redskins, and the Mount Whitney Pioneers take on the Mission Oak Hawks at home. Also this Friday, the College of the Sequoias Giants take on the Diablo Valley Vikings in Pleasant Hill. For up-to-date sports news, visit www.VisaliaTimesDelta.com. A recent study showed that the average teenager spends 9 hours a day using media. With so many students online, more employers and colleges are turning to social networking sites to find additional information on applicants. For this week's Student Sound Off, we asked, do you think before you post? Let's hear what local students had to say.
It affects you because later on they see who you are and who you were before, and it can probably affect you in that way, especially if you post things really bad things. They might think you hold grudges or things like that. So that's what I feel.
What I post on my social media is important, and future business employers and people I might work with in the community might see that. And so for me, emails are also linked on social media, and so I know if my boss or my future employer can look at my email, they can find my Twitter, Instagram, other social media items, and so that's important for me to see how people view me.
Okay. I personally think that it probably be positive because the stuff that I post isn't really that important, but when I'm in the academy, it's going to grow bigger and bigger, so I'm sure that I'll have many followers in the long run.
I feel like social media, whatever you post, they can affect job interviews or whatever you plan to do in your future, because I've heard that from teachers that a lot of business owners look back at your social media posts and just to see what type of person you are, your personality, your background, and that can affect whether if you get the job or not.
Happening at your local schools. For the Times Delta Media Group, I'm Callie Cedarloff, and I'll see you next week.